33 hours, and yeah, not very far.
Well, you got decently far in there.
Oh, I meant for the guy I've been playing. You know, Turpin's over 50 hours. And 50 hours is about right for all the content we've done.
Okay, it looks like everything's alright.
Excellent.
Okay. We roll for joy.
Now we had spent last time, you know, doing. We got one of the Twitch people to help out with Belstad,
right? And
showed off how easily you can parry him and everything. Then we decided to try out Ricard's rapier a little bit. The interesting thing about Ricard's rapier is that you can use the R2 button to get multiple hits, and any buffs you have on there will also hit multiple times.
Right.
So needless to say, you can get a lot of damage with it.
I think we may need to buff it up a little bit, if we can.
Yeah, I think we've gotten some chunks in the. We at least have a couple.
Right.
We have one. Fair enough.
+7 is still all right.
So,
I think
that's about the rest of our stuff's out, just about.
Yeah. With the exclusion of the hate spear.
We should be finding more chunks in the next story level, because it's like the big one for farming, you know, ore and everything.
Right. The important thing though is how we're going to handle her. Dun dun dun.
How are we going to handle Queenie?
Let's see, it was this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you forgot to buy the bright bugs.
Oh, I thought we already had them.
Nope.
Alright. Buying bright bugs.
Yeah, we decided to, the big plan is to move on with the end game, because, you know, with me LPing it and with Ben wanting to play something else, neither one of us has the, wants to keep playing to keep streaming this for a couple more months, well, not, easily another month, right, you know, to get through all of the DLC.
That's the thing, and I hadn't noticed that the DLC lasted quite as long as I had expected.
Yeah, it's pretty impressively full.
Then let's.
Whoa.
We already have 2 though.
Okay. Well, let's just use those then. Right. See, now this is something good to know for whenever you all watch this. Is if you ever plan on buying bright bugs, clean Malentia out every time she restocks them, because I didn't realize the price would go up, you know, even if you hadn't already bought any. That's pretty ridiculous.
Right. Okay, Sunlight Blade, Great Magic Barrier.
Mm-hmm.
But that won't stack with the bug, right?
No, because that's the only buff you can have on you.
Okay. In that case, let's do something else.
Yeah. You could do. Could do Heavenly Thunder, try to take out the skeletons. You could do Emit Force that have another damage attack.
Because that would do more than a regular lightning spear, right?
I believe so.
At least I would have more uses of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heavenly Thunder. Yeah, let's go with that. Having an area effect damage thing is pretty nice.
The other thought would be dropping one of the great lightning spears, Great Heal, and the new one to have Denial. Oh, but that'd be a buff too.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, now there's some co-op activity there. You see with the red outline.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's look at what we're equipped with.
Yep. Ricard's rapier. We have the lightning clutch ring there on the bottom right.
And that will stack with our sunlight blade?
I believe so. I think it improves. I think it's all sources of lightning damage. And I believe.
We should have fixed.
Oh yeah, we need to fix. Yeah. Okay. To fix Flynn's ring.
There you go.
I'm normally pretty good with tongue twisters. I just kind of out of nowhere.
I think this is just a bunch of
a frothing fury.
Okay, well, let's fix Flynn's ring.
There you get it on your first try.
Then we pick a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, repair.
Oh, we have a bunch of rings to fix. We're not going to fix the soul protection, and that's kind of...
Yeah, that's too much for the...
Yeah.
But that's pretty good.
Yes, that's a good one.
Oh, we can actually get both.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Oh, with 100 souls left over, with their newfound wealth.
Well, if we're going against Queenie, we might as well not carry anything with us.
Right.
Excuse me.
So, yeah, obviously...
I need to have a Mayday button for when I'm going to sneeze.
So, yeah, Dragon Ring instead of Royal Soldier Ring, because it basically does the same thing, but with other stuff.
Right.
And then Flynn's over Ring of Blades.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
And then if you want to have Ring of Blades, you probably replace the Lightning Clutch ring, because you'll be getting more mileage out of your rapier than you are going to be out of your lightning.
Yeah. So you're thinking blades for this?
Ring of Blades, yeah. Or just near the top, under the top.
And one of the few that I recognize because it actually looks really distinct.
Very distinctive, yeah.
Okay. I should be able to carve up Queenie with these and the bug.
And the bright bugs, right? Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like the description on the bright bugs, something about how they are ingested at the moment right before they die, when they're at their most powerful, and yummy.
Now, is this the best outfit for this?
You want to keep the headpiece, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, the thing is with the sync gear, there's pretty good all around for fire and dark.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're using it. Of course, better against lightning.
Right. That's fair enough.
Yeah, if you had the int to get, or actually it's not int based, it's trading stuff with Strayed, you could have gotten the black set, which I think is, oh no, but you don't have the int to wear it.
Right.
Yeah, that was a problem with it.
I don't get rid of that because I won't be needing it against her.
Just imagining, like, somebody with the int of less than the 16, you need to get the full benefit from Strayed's gear. It's like, how do I pants? Yeah, some of them kind of make sense. Like the Jester outfit requires a certain amount of dex, and it's like, yeah, maybe if the stuff is like really tight, you need to be able to, move in it, more freely and everything. Maybe
tights. I guess I could kind of see that. Yeah.
Oh, and also you can't summon anyone with the bright bug.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even the useless one.
Yeah. What's her name?
What was it? Ironheart something?
Steelheart Ellie.
Steelheart Ellie. That was it.
Yep.
Okay. But I should be able to use Sunlight Blade.
Yes.
So go ahead and use that. And then we use the bug.
Yeah.
That would be good here.
And there? Yep. It'd probably be near the...
There it is, I think. Yep. Alright.
You got 2 minutes.
I only need one. No, I probably need both.
Alright, let's see how we do. Oh, so off to a pretty good start. Okay. Definitely not the kind of damage I was hoping for, but what are you going to do? We've also got a Velstad up first.
I know these.
Oh, no, the skeletons. Okay. I just saw the one cloud. Okay, that's pretty good. So the plan is just to go ahead and kill the little guys as they pop up, and well, that's pretty promising. We without Great Magic Barrier. Unfortunately, yeah, even the reduced damage won't give you.
Wow. The one thing this proves to me is that Ricard's Rapier is not good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So I will try using the other bug with the Hate Spear, because that had worked pretty well.
Yeah, Hate Spear was doing pretty well.
Yeah, considering that's supposed to do double damage, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's like, I'm guessing she must have...
And would Sunlight Blade actually help the Hate Spear?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that she must have high enough defense that the Ricard's Rapier, because it does a little bit less damage with each hit in order to like add up to a higher total. So
so it's possible that her defense doesn't make the total actually add up very well.
Yeah. Basically, the big problem is with Dark Souls 2 is the defense is that
just the one.
Well, there's quite a few. Yeah, but the big one is that the people that crunch the numbers on Reddit, found out that. That basically it's the defense skills. Basically, defense is a much lower value than offense, and in order to kind of maximize your basically to get the most out of a defensive ability. Basically, long story short is that bonuses to offense count a lot more for bonuses to defense, but if you can get your defense above, I think it's like to a point where their damage is less than 10% of your defense, it gets downscaled a huge amount. So I'm wondering with the multiplier or the divisor rather on the Ricard Rapier, straight to the fun, I guess. On the Ricard's Rapier, it was doing low enough damage to just fall under that amount and thus be pretty much worthless. Nice. But yeah, it is definitely clear that the estimate on the bright bug wasn't quite right. You're definitely not getting double damage with it. It's more like half again or so. Yep. I do love how you can cancel those spells by rolling. All right, got the ads dealt with, as the MMO fans would say. Okay, so Pursuers are up, or Affinity is up, rather. I definitely heal up, since... Here they come. Not too much homing capability, that's good. Yeah, I think if you can keep the Flame Swath from... keep away from that, because, the damage is so high that... Ouch. I guess it is good that her swings doesn't knock you down. That makes it so they can't combo you.
Yeah, at least the big ones do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man alive, the comboing potential here is really good.
Yeah, there's so many enemies. Yeah, especially when he has enemies out. I was kind of had to roll my eyes. People keep saying that Alana is like is a super easy boss. You shouldn't have any trouble with her.
I think that's just people posturing. So.
Yeah. So I can imagine, like, once somebody gets...
Whoa! That is the first time, yeah.
Wow. So he just goes ahead and parries you.
And actually waits so that the greater damage thing is what kills me.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow. I will admit, I have never seen that.
Yeah.
So... And that was our last break.
The only other two, right.
So what do? I say we just kind of leave her to her thing and just continue on.
Fair enough.
Because I am very much certain that we are supposed to be doing this after we've already beaten the game. And I think another 5-10 levels, and we shouldn't have too much of a problem.
Right. Okay, so basically the next thing we do is we take the King's Ring we got from Velstad.
Do I need to equip it?
Yes, yeah, you will need to. And there are a couple of doors. That's right, I left off last time. You forgot where the King's doors were. Yeah, there are, I believe, 3 of them. The run relevant to us is from the shaded, like the road, like the Split Fork Road or whatever.
And where's that?
That is a shaded woods bonfire.
Shaded woods.
There we are.
There we are. Yep.
The second one.
This one.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah. You will go I think the middle route of the 3. And
actually, I only need to equip it when I'm at the door, don't I?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I have to go through the forest again, don't I?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's get my... Actually, let's get my bow over here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Here. There's black bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go back with the corn theory.
You might as well just leave the King's Ring on. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the door is fairly... There aren't any enemies between you and the door unless they changed it in Scholar.
That's saying they might very well.
They might have.
Okay, which way are we going?
Straight.
This way?
Through the middle one. As I believe I said. Oh, they added those little guys.
Yeah, I thought that there were enemies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like those are the enemies from the beginning of the game, just so they have that aura now.
Huh.
If that's the same type... Oh, and a hippo, okay. Or a cyclops. A cyclogre.
Ooh, that was close.
Yep. So a good call on getting up into the Chloranthy ring back on.
I have good ideas every now and then.
Yeah, whenever they do that third swipe...
Oh, and that's
Yep.
it.
It's such a ridiculous grab.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the strongest grabs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know just how much damage it actually does.
Yeah, because I'm sure that... And there is no such thing as an instant kill in this game. At least as far as I know.
So far, yeah, but unless you got gravity and stuff.
I mean, that enemies do.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll keep this.
Yep. Yeah, and that's true. You could always hang back and lightning spear the little guys before they run away.
Well, I could do that, or
you could shoot them. Yeah. Oh, they're not even that durable.
Yeah, I didn't think they would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if these are the same ones as you run into Aldia's Keep later, which is where you're going next, they can inflict petrify on you, and they drop like a variety of weapons, kind of similar to the spiders. You know, Well, you got your lightning spears back at the bonfire. You could just use those.
I was hoping to poison it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they are definitely vulnerable to poison. Well, it's nice to finally have an enemy that's taking some damage from lightning spear. Almost got it. But yeah, no problem. I wonder if they have a normal drop. You know, they eventually become like, I'm pretty sure that guy is a regular recurring enemy. And this is the red tearstone ring. Okay, they didn't change that. The big, they used to be one of the big keys to speedrunning in Dark Souls 1. You know, you could, if you were good enough to not get hit by a boss, in fact, you got 40% of a damage. You got a 40% damage bonus. Your attack, your physical, and your magic. You know, made it a very, very good item. The problem is in Dark Souls 2, it is only a 20% increase, and it's only to physical. So there's
not nearly as
not
good.
nearly as good. There's still some justification for using it, but one of these guys, of course. You put a shield out from a long ways away. He knows what you're up to. I still wish you could have. Yes, we know. I still wish you could have been able to get that move.
That would be really neat.
Kind of the same thing with the Haid, knight moveset.
Oh.
Now you put it on. And
I take it right back off, right?
Right. I read that in Scholar that they finally changed it so the doors stay open. Because previously they didn't. What you would have to do is put the ring back on every time you died and had to go back to the door.
Oh, that's aggravating.
Yeah, and the big one, of course, was that there is a King's Gate between you and the final boss.
Mm.
So if you died fighting her, then
right. Okay.
Aldia's
Keep.
Uh-huh. Now the tree man that we've been seeing a couple times, is Aldia. So I'm pretty sure they'll change some stuff around in this area. That he's kind of a big deal in Scholar. Well, he is the Scholar.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like Visions of War.
It was
there they are.
Dragon Bone.
Yes, I guess we're supposed to see those guys run away, and this is where they all kind of regroup and go after you. And it seems like they've learned some pack tactics. Okay, so it's bleed and petrify. Interesting. It seems like they inflict a higher amount of petrify, which kind of baffles me. You think that, that kills you instantly, so the bleed seems kind of superfluous at that point.
Right. Yeah, unless the petrify wears out a lot faster, which I doubt.
Right.
Alluring skulls. Yes.
And then there's a bonfire right in there. You might as well tap that before you.
Before I go on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was going to make a joke. Speaking of tap that, go talk to Lucy, but she's not here, and she's not in that room this time.
You did go back to.
It's kind of weird. I wonder if the mic's picking that up. Kind of got a weird vibrating noise from the case.
I'm not sure if it's from the case or not. But I did know that I had heard it earlier, so.
Okay.
I'm just not sure what it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of aggravating.
See if there's anything in the corner behind that cabin.
Back here?
Yeah, back there.
I had already searched back there.
Okay. Yeah, there used to be a treasure chest there, but I guess they moved it.
I'll check to see. I didn't see a treasure chest.
Okay. It was... Yeah, right to your left now. There in the corner.
Oh, they had tucked it away pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Lots of blood stains, so as you might imagine. Yup. That's one of the benefits of playing online.
Right.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
the power of faith.
No kidding.
Malformed
Interesting.
skull.
Yeah.
What's that?
That is a club item that is basically yeah, it's like a skull of a T-Rex looking thing, and yeah, it's a yeah, there it is. It's a go right one, then down one.
Huh.
Yeah, it has no modifiers and low durability, but it does quite a bit of damage, and it's a good one to infuse or make raw or whatever, because the base damage is high.
Right.
Yeah, I actually used it a bit in PvP.
Too rare to be swung about willy-nilly.
The fun words to say. But yeah, you used to have to farm these like mutant undead to get them. I think they were called like enhanced undead or whatever. But yeah, they were kind of these stitched together, abominations that because every Souls game has to have a Seath character.
Right.
That I think that was Aldia's bailiwick in what they're going with. And there used to be one in, used to be three, I think, in Sinner's Rise, and now they only show up in higher cycles.
Twilight.
I was kind of surprised when I bonfire ascetic with Turpin here to get the flame weapon spell. Oh, and you finally run into Lucatiel's brother, and he has decided to kill you.
I'm not gonna, take that standing down.
Right. Well, you better not stand down.
Lying down. You know what I mean.
You are tearing him up. Yeah, very cool.
Which tells me how ridiculous the Queenie is. If fighting somebody that's actually at my level, I'm just completely tearing them up.
Yeah, yeah.
Human effigy. Draw for man, draw for woman.
I get it.
So do we lose anything for not having Lucatiel with us?
No.
Okay.
Now, I'm guessing you probably only run into her.
Oh, I know what happens here.
I'm just
not sure what to do about it.
If in Scholar, that only happens later, so you're fine for now.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And I'm willing to bet that Lucy only appears if you've killed the 3 bosses with her, which is weird because I'm sure that I did. I went back.
I thought for sure you had.
Yeah, because I think the 3rd one was when I used the ascetic to have her fight Lost Sinner again. So maybe we run into her here. Yeah, this is one of the more interesting things with this. Go the other way first before you do anything with this.
That's a lot of pullback warnings.
Right.
Which I don't think are actually dependent on other players.
No, you can see there was no icon on there. They were pre-placed. Yeah, this is what they were this is what they were warning you about.
Well, you're nice.
There is a fellow here.
Now the question. This long ago.
If you are hollowed when you talk to him, you basically get to talk. Basically, this guy has we don't know if he's possessed or if he has multiple personalities, something like that. But this is Navlan, the royal sorcerer. Yeah, and he is an assassin, and he's kind of the like I think I mentioned earlier that a lot of Dark Souls 2 things play off of Demon Souls, and he's basically doing what Mephistopheles wanted you to do. You're tasked to kill some NPCs and then come back for a reward.
Oh. If I say no, can I go back to it later?
I don't know. Now, the big thing is that, and this is kind of interesting, you notice how you got a malformed skull instead from that mimic. Well, he used to drop a sunset staff, which is the item that Falcon gives you, which is one of the items that he wants. So it's like if you haven't been gifted one, then you'll have to kill him for it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we have previously not been killing people because it is not Turpin's way.
Right.
So yeah,
this thing, it's like noble combat is one thing, but it's murder not so much.
Yeah, the rewards are the Forbidden Sun Pyromancy is the last one. You get the Dispelling Ring, I believe. You get there are 5 rewards in total.
But it doesn't look any of them particularly useful for us.
No, not really.
Okay.
That's what your feeble mind.
Hardy heart.
They said try talking to him again and see if he'll offer again.
So what if you don't? I could.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
So he'll just offer again.
Fair enough. But I do find it interesting that, if I put on my philosopher's hat for a moment, that he is actually arguing something that you see a lot in some kinds of ethics, basically deriving an ought from an is.
Mm-hmm.
I am good at murder and I'm developed for it. The gods gave me that. So how can it be wrong to do what I'm good at?
Right.
Kind of thing. And some people actually get tripped up over that, so...
Mm-hmm.
I've not even tripped up by his horn.
Yeah. The other way is blocked off with the claw, so if you
Right.
couldn't go that way, then you'd kind of be screwed. So they haven't changed much here yet, besides the fact the skeleton doesn't go after you.
Was the other way the way I was not supposed to go?
The other way back downstairs just led to the lever
What lever?
to a free Nevlon.
No, there was,
Oh, back in the middle area.
yeah, through the balcony.
Yeah.
Through
There's
his ribcage, I think.
there's some more stuff you can do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually go underneath that. You can go between that stuff right there, and and there was nothing too essential here the first time, but you might as well. I mean, yeah, who knows? They may have added some stuff. Also, that chest looks awfully suspiciously placed, huh? I don't know if it's a mimic or not, though.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was, there weren't any
No,
bloodstains on
right.
it. Around it, perhaps, but...
Huh.
Oh, another great magic barrier.
Pretty cool.
Not that we need another one, but...
Right.
It's good to have, I suppose.
Yep.
Alright, I'm seeing mirrors.
Yeah, just like with the looking glass night. Yep, and enemies will try to will emerge from them. Yeah, these are also the squires that the Mirror Knight could summon. There's like one. Oh, he's got a Cyan halberd instead of.
Oh, he's got good poise.
Right.
Whew.
You've got some high counter damage. It's worth quite a few souls too.
Will they keep spawning?
I don't know if they come back or not, but no, there's only one per mirror. I can assure you that.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. That guy looks like he's stuck.
But yeah, it looks like he was trying to come out and then got trapped.
Huh.
So we got a soul for him.
How Gygaxian. So somebody here. I was wondering if they try to pull a fast one and have two of them appear at the same time. Now it doesn't look like it. Yeah, this is definitely one of the mirror squire enemies. Yeah, it has a great shield and the great sword.
Okay. One here.
I guess there's just one in the last one. Okay. Guessing that's it. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it would be quite a fight if you had to fight all of them at once.
Yeah. I definitely would not fancy my chances there.
Yeah. Yeah, that is... It is ridiculous how they're doing so much damage to these enemies. And then...
And so little to Queenie.
Right.
Sheesh. Yeah, that does kind of... Oh, Northern Richard Band too.
Interesting. And a petrified dragon. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that does kind of confirm to me is like our biggest problem with trying to fight her is that we're just not high enough level.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bright bug.
Well...
So if you challenge enemy again, we'll at least be good to go for it.
Stood well against an impossible opponent.
So what does the Northern Ritual Band do again?
That is the strongest version of the original Ritual Band, if you don't remember. Increases all of your attunement, all of your spell slots by a percentage in exchange for lowering your health by another percentage. Basically, I think the original Ritual Band was you lose 10%, you gain 10% to all of your spell casts in exchange for I think 15% of your max health or something like that. Basically. So any level of Ritual Band is good because, like we mentioned, any increase to the attunement will give you at least +1 in everything.
Right.
So that's really good, and that'll also free you up from having to use the Saint's Hood or some similar item. The catch is that the higher versions will give you more casts in exchange for increasingly increasing requirements on your HP. And eventually you get, I think, like the Ritual Band +2 is like you lose, I think, like a third of your HP or something like that.
Boy.
Yeah, maybe even a bit more. So it's good that there are degrees to it, like in compared to the Crown of Dusk, the Dusk Ring. Yeah, the Dusk's a ring was the Dark Souls 1 version, and that was half again or plus 50% to all of your spell casts, but 50% loss on your HP.
Boy.
Yeah, very very dire, and. I ended up using it a little bit, like in the DLC, so I could just blast all of the enemies at range. Because of course you need a ton of spells with how resistant they are to everything. But other than that, I never really used it too much.
Yeah, I think that'd be a little much.
Yeah. So if you're going with something that You know, you have like a moderate number of casts, but you need more to be a primary mage, and like the sorcery is good for that one because you get like you'll get like maybe two. Hey, Pyrie. He says, yeah, man up, man, and just go in there and hit it with your stick. They actually aren't that bad. They look kind of intimidating, but you can kind of move up to them, wait for them to breathe, then rush in. You get a good couple hits before they try to melee you. Now, granted, Pyrie, what may be throwing Ben off is he was watching me play, watching me do my recording for the Let's Play I'm doing with Mog, and at which point when I was doing it, I got one-shotted by this thing.
Right.
So,
Dragon Sage Water. I can't go this way. Well, I can.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to unpetrify that thing at all.
It might drop something.
Well, yeah, in and of itself, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessary to get into this area.
Right. I think it has a guaranteed drop of one of the dragon gear. I believe.
I got the Dragon Sage hood. Does that do anything?
It's funny.
Well, immediately I must check this out.
Yeah.
Let's see, Dragon Sage hood.
Yep. All the way on the left. There you
go. Yes.
You too can have a wigged crystal ball for a hat.
It kind of looks like he's wearing a mop.
Yeah, like if somebody put on the Spider-Man guy, Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like the Mysterio crystal ball hat, and then had to put some hair on it. It just doesn't quite look right. You know?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to just walk up and one of these actually be a mimic.
Well, thus far, almost all of the times that I have faced a mimic, there has been a copious amount of bloodstains right by it. So, like last time I even knew it was a mimic because there were, I think 5-6 people dead in there.
Yeah.
Now, I thought I saw a item up here, but I might be mistaken.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't see it.
Must have just been a reflection.
Yeah.
Still a lot of cages, though.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess I don't need to hit that. I can't hit that.
Right. How that works is that this is a one-way room. You have to hit the pull ring on the dragon's tongue there to open up the next part of the area, and that will lock the two doors behind you and in front of you. So that pulley will open that up. If you die and come back.
I see. Also, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Oh, that's a mimic.
It's a
up
mimic
there.
in the cage. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
Wonder if you can lock the because beforehand in OG Dark Souls 2, you had to lure the hippos or the ogres and stuff to break the cages for you, whereas it seems like obviously that's going to be too high for him to do that. Maybe if you go further on in the level, you can find shoot down a chain, or maybe there'll be a switch that'll lower them or something.
Could be.
That'd be a heck of a trap.
Yeah. Definitely not looking forward to it.
Right. That one's low enough. One of another Cyclops will break that for you.
Radiant Light Gem.
Also,
really, I just can't get over how dark it is in here.
How many lock zones do you have?
I thought we had a fair few.
Yeah. 6. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to use one of those, right back at the very start, which you probably didn't see because it's so dark, there is a lock zone that'll light up this hallway.
Let's do that. That sounds good. Also, there's something behind that painting.
Yep, I'm glad you. Yeah, that's another thing I was wanting you to see too. I was going to wait until you either got to the end or you saw one, but you can knock down the painting. Some of them have items, some of them have enemies.
Aha!
That's better. And that one has an item. Oh, that one didn't have an item; just had an enemy. Yeah, these are the.
Man, I feel like this is a Legends of the Hidden Temple thing. It's like, you have to find out which painting it is. Some of them have a temple guard.
Right. You lose half of your. You lose your.
Gem of Life.
Yeah, medallion, whatever it was.
It was a pendant of life.
Pendant, that was it. Yeah.
But in this one, it would totally be a radiant life.
Oh yes. No, I think you're right. No, I think you were right. This is Dark Souls, so it'd have to be the pendant.
Oh yeah. Huh. Ominous green glows?
Yep. Clearly there was science being done here. Science in my dark fantasy RPG.
What?
It's more likely than you think. Oh,
And
nice.
there's a lockstone to make up for the one we used.
Easy come, easy
Excellent.
go. Now, do you
I
remember?
guess easy go, easy come, either one.
Right. There used to be a yeah, right there on the left wall.
Aha.
Oh, still there.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. All right. And then there's a room full of acid down there and some goodies out in there. And of course, as you found out in the gutter, like acid only affects equipment, not weapons. So you can strip down and then go out there and fight those things, or just lure them to you, and then remove everything.
Definitely a time to pull, I think.
Yeah.
Are these the same critters that we fought in the gutter?
Yes, the giant mutant dogs.
Let's see.
Now, how they got from there to here, or from here to there? Then again, I guess it's not as strange as you might think, since the whole thing with the gutter is the things are unwanted get thrown down there. So you guess
if they're thrown in acid, they're very clearly unwanted. So.
Unfortunately, poor Aldia's staff didn't realize that acid doesn't actually hurt living things in this world.
Well, you can hardly fault them for that.
What's kind of neat is that, and this is something to look at while you're running around in the acid grabbing stuff, but it's actually underneath one of the labs, or the acid pool is. So it does kind of reinforce that, things they didn't want, they just, tossed down.
They dumped in the acid.
Yep. And then locked the door on them. Presumably once they found out acid wouldn't destroy them.
Right. All right.
I think they drop aromatic ooze. That's probably what. Yeah.
Cool. So I just remove all of my items.
Yep. Armor and rings. Keep an eye on what you had. So you got this basically the Saint set plus the Dark Gauntlets,
right,
which you don't need to have if you don't care about that.
Blade, and so forth.
Yep. And then I think right about more corrosive burns. But if you start looking up, that cistern.
Oh, there's even people up there.
Yeah,
in person.
Yeah, a lot of people will find out about this one.
What's the Divine Blessing?
That is a item that removes all statuses on you and has a very fast and powerful regen. So it's the ultimate life gem.
Okay, and I saw something called, was it Soul Geyser?
Yeah, that's a sorcery. So you can't use it. Yeah, Soul Geyser is the most powerful sorcery.
When Soul Mass pierces target.
Yeah,
blasphemous spell. Wait, so they threw his heirloom in the...
Yeah, we got Soul Geyser here. Unfortunately, Turpin is spec.
Jerks?
Unfortunately, Turpin is spec for faith, so we won't be seeing that. And well, I guess once Aldia started diving into sin and could have left stuff behind, everybody was like, "Well, screw that guy."
Right. I actually feel kind of bad because now it's the sort of thing where it's like almost the equivalent of the attic. It's like, oh, we found an heirloom that we don't understand, so just throw it in the acid.
Right.
See, there they are.
Yeah.
Then again, like you said, we don't need them. So what else should we get?
You could. I think the big reason we're using those was that.
And Pyrie is right. The miracles are pretty underwhelming, as we found out.
Yeah, it's like they're so one-dimensional. It's like they keep coming up with new stuff for sorcery and especially pyromancy with warmth and everything.
Right.
That the fact that miracles you get more flavors of lightning spear.
There's the Saint's dress and the Saint's hood. I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. In order to get Wrath of the Gods in this game, which is basically the miracle in Dark Souls 1, in order to get Wrath of the Gods in this game, you either have to be playing on third cycle, and you can buy it from Welliger. So basically 3.5 times through the game. New Game Plus Plus and Adrenalite Castle. So 3.5 playthroughs, or rank 3 in the it is rank 3, right? With the blues. Because I believe that, because I know rank 3 is also when you get Targrace, which is everybody wants it, it kills him. Because, you have to kill, I think, 500, I want to say. It's like 500 sinners or win 500 duels, the combination of that. And I've seen one person of all of my probably 300 or 400 hours of playing Dark Souls 2, I've seen one person with the blue aura, and it was still a level 2 blue aura, not the maxed out one. So... yeah.
Anyway, what you might do is Pyromancy.
Yeah, the penal cuffs for pyromancy, and then you could do the sanctum soldier for poison, or what I might consider if you don't have anything else, just do what people do, just what the internet does, and to put on the engraved gauntlets for the 1 in 20 chance of getting a critical hit.
Engraved gauntlets.
Keep going left there.
Huh.
Yep, it gives you a 5% critical hit chance.
Kind of lowers everything else we have, but if critical hits are that good, I guess we might as well try.
And it is one of those items that gives you curse and petrify resistance, which you weren't having right now.
True. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
A net score of 500.
Oh, I don't think that's the case for the blues. I know that for Brotherhood of Blood you have to net the that amount. I think for the blues you just have to hit it. I don't think you can lose points with them. Now, granted, the fact that you have to spend a token of fidelity every time you want to duel, that's the only reliable way to do it. Yeah, exactly, that's the other one. Yeah, the fact you have to spend a token every time you want to duel, and you don't get that back if you lose, that kind of gates your your chances there. Yeah, I've never even gotten to rank 1. You know. Oh, and yeah, I'm glad Ben got one of those. If you want, before the DLC came out, if you wanted to farm for petrified dragon bones, you had to do it here. So rank 2. So okay, yeah, that's right. Because I remember it was rank 3. You got Targray's set if you didn't want to kill him. So I didn't remember if that was the only thing you could get. And
do you need the skeleton key for that?
You're gonna need a key for that.
Okay.
Did somebody put a skeleton key on the ground?
It was locked there for try skeleton.
Yeah.
Then will he break it?
Yeah, he will break it, right.
He will break it! There we go.
Yeah. He must break you.
Then I think you have to have him destroy that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, this is one of those spots where you have to have an enemy smash the wall for you.
Smash for smash.
And bountiful sunlight are rank 3. Gotcha. Excellent.
And now I never have to worry about that ever again.
Yep, it'll stay broken.
Arc!
Oh.
I even tried to roll out of the way. And
yeah. Yeah, it's like that thing does like 5 hits. They have to be like 500 to 600 HP apiece. So if you can survive that, good grief.
Right.
Yeah, I almost forgot that Bountiful Sunlight was in the game until you mentioned that. And it's like, oh yeah, the Prowling Magus' Congregation, the 2 priests can cast that.
Oh yeah.
Hey Rex, it's been a while. Do you know about the torches? No,
I do not know about the torches.
I'm guessing this is another one of those areas where if you light them all, something fun happens.
I remember there was one that said, "Don't you dare."
Yeah, yeah. We had a guy help out Ben do Undead Crypt. And he showed us that if you light them all,
oh great!
That if you light them all, then so you get this.
Well, I don't want him to destroy the other one because 1 hippo is quite enough.
There you go. Got it out that time. But yeah, an Undead Crypt, how it constantly spawns in more red phantoms throughout the level. Okay, so yeah, I guess once we get done with this, we'll go back and light the torches. Also find out what was behind that the door we had to have him smash.
Indeed. First things first.
Yes. We're getting quite a few souls here, which is cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a mythic.
Yeah, behind if you have to go through that much trouble to get to it.
Another malform. Oh, a malformed shell.
Yes, yeah. The shell is the stronger version of the skull. It's basically a full-on great hammer, or is a great axe, one of the two, instead of a club. Yeah, Pyrie said, I'm not sure the developers are really thinking when they set those covenant rank requirements. Yeah, I think the idea was they kind of eyeballed how much they expected people to do, and it's like if you kind of estimate just how much PvP some people do, it may not seem that unreasonable. Like I've been playing like for the like I mentioned for that LP we're doing. I've been playing with my scholar character to do a lot of. I got my Sombra medals, and I started doing Belfry stuff. Try to get the Belfry set and show that off. And I'm up to about 60 kills on there, And yeah, for the belfry, you have to invade and kill, or be invaded by and kill 100 people to get that reward, and that's already pretty high. And then if you want to max out the dedicated PvP covenants, you have to get 5 times that. So yeah, it's completely ridiculous. And then like Pyro was saying, it's like some bros are 10 medals. They don't scale. It's a flat 10 per tier, and with far less co-op than you would have to do to get enough tokens of fidelity to do all of the blue dueling you'd have to do to get to 500. So yeah, they're absolute. I have to assume they absolutely did not even, you know, they threw out a number and it's like yeah, the people that want that stuff will just have to put up with it. And whereas when I went to platinum the game on PS3, it's like yeah, screw that. I just went up to New Game Plus and bought them from Welliger.
Also, let me just say that I actually did jump when that troll burst through the wall.
Yeah, that's one of the trickier ones.
Well, it wasn't necessarily the trickiness; the fact that it just burst right through the wall.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. It's like yeah, it's set there to surprise you.
So I can't open either door. Do I get the key later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we might. You can't keep doing that!
But would it be scary if I came through the wall? If I remember right, you get the key... where was it? Oh, ouch. Oh, lucky, well, not lucky, you're trying to get away from him.
Arg!
Yeah. Your stamina was just too low. Yeah, I don't remember where the key is. Yeah, actually, off-screen, Pyrie, I did quite a bit of metal farming with this character, and we have the Sunlight Parma and the Sun Sword, and I don't remember if I got enough metals. Yeah. I muted for a second because Ben thought he had to sneeze. I don't remember if I had enough metals for Sunlight Spear. I think I did, and we just don't have the faith for it. We were going to spice that down. Actually, that was the plan. We're gonna. I believe I can fly.
I've never seen a Basilisk whirligig like that. Okay.
Well, you just pull his tail like an RC chopper, and
So, does it not take a lot to extinct this troll?
I'm betting I'm betting he's a one-time.
Huh.
And it's just because he killed you that first time that it looked like he came back.
Oh, that could be.
That's which is pretty cool, because they did respawn originally. I can vouch for that.
Instead, they just added in more.
Right. Were you using the poison arrows, or...?
No.
Okay. One, two, three. Given how long they stay in an animation, you might want to consider grabbing the...
What
that was a lot of damage. You might consider getting the Leo ring.
True. I'm probably also going to have to grab the ring of binding, because I'm starting to lose a lot of HP.
Yeah, that too. Yep. Yeah, Scott. I know you could get through those side doors there. So I know the key is in this area. I just don't remember.
There's the ring of binding.
Uh-huh.
I think I'll take the
ring of blades off. Or you could use the Leo ring instead of the ring of binding and use a human effigy.
True. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see, Leo ring was
up a little bit. It's like with the other attack rings near the top third or so, I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's with like it's actually with the defensive rings. Interesting.
And yeah, that's fair enough. We still have 38 of these. So.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the end.
Right. Humanity restored.
Oh, the humanity.
Unfortunately, that means we lost all of our souls.
I don't think we did.
Pretty sure we did.
I think you grabbed him before you got killed by that guy.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Careful of the whirligig. Huh, okay. Okay.
Much better. Yeah, that so much damage.
Let's find it out. Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
there we go.
I shouldn't have doubted myself.
Yep.
This time. We will have to buy the extra ring or the extra arrows eventually, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Gavlan is back in...
There we go.
Did he just start bashing that basilisk?
Oh.
Could have looked that way.
I think he's just destroying anything in his path.
Okay.
Of which the poor basilisk just so happened to be in the right area.
But luckily he had friendly fire turned off. Ooh.
That was close.
Yeah. Looks like with any whiffed grab, he gets some hyper armor for that.
There we go.
Okay, good. I guess let's start lighting torches and...
Yeah, I was thinking of doing so once I've cleared out the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. So the basilisks still drop a variety of the gravestones.
Oh, and to do that, I should go to the bonfire and light my torch.
Uh-huh.
It was right here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was down here.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But yeah, I know you used to be able to sneak through those side passageways, and that'd be how you would avoid the ogre. So it's kind of interesting they're locked now. I wonder if they moved the... yeah, I wonder where they moved the key. So nothing back here. Whether that's true. I guess next time I have to warp back to the first bonfire and check to make sure there weren't any Scots in that first part. I think there were some out.
Well, I wouldn't think that would matter, but
Yeah.
it's this area.
Yeah, Thunder
Well, I
X.
know there was one down here.
Yeah. Yeah, Thunder X is that all of the torches here in looks like a Forlorn, but not named as such. And of course, he has too much poise for one for an R1. What if this guy actually counts as a Forlorn because he just looks like one? We didn't get the message. All right.
Okay, round 2, buddy.
Okay, so you can poise break him with a two-handed one. Very nice. And once you kind of get that going, you'll have trouble dealing with it. I wonder if that's actually the pursuer's sword he's using, or if it just kind of looks like it.
It does kind of look like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know how to roll too, buddy. Oh, he tried to backstab me.
They sadly do not. Okay. Well, probably one more hit will do it.
There we go.
Nice.
I keep forgetting that shield blocking is one of the best things you can do with that.
Right. I think he bonked the door, and that's why it broke his jump there. Yeah, it was funny.
Right.
It was funny just watching all the trouble you were having with... What was it that they were having trouble with, and then you just like shield poked it to death?
Oh, those I know what they look like. It's those knights down in Alana's place.
The Drake Blood.
Right.
Yeah, the Drake Blood Knights. Yeah. Is that
Oh, there's a sconce. Okay.
Is that Pinzaleli or something like that? Yes, we are on PC and playing the Scholar version.
Penzaleli. Okay, lighting the torch again. I'd forgotten just how many torches we had. 5.5 minutes worth of
hours.
5.5 hours. My mistake.
Yep. Don't sell yourself short. You have torches to burn, if you will.
Torches to burn, you know not.
So each one summons one of those invaders.
Interesting that they're all the same invaders.
Yeah. So clearly these are not all Forlorn. You may be Forlorn if you're dealing with them, but you...
Oh, he's got almost everything.
So they can block, just the weapon. I'm wondering if you might want to start using sunlight blade before you light them, just to have the extra damage going. Yeah, this guy's pretty good. Nicely timed backstab. Yeah. Jeez. Got him about 2/3 down though. That's good. And of course, they have that aggressive AI to punish, healing in there. Let's try to figure out who had the bright idea to add all of these new red phantoms and invaders and everything in Scholar.
That is a good question, I admit.
Because yeah, there were a ton of them in Undead Crypt. Once you light the torches there. Almost got him.
There we go.
Gutsy, but it worked. There was quite a few souls too.